Hi there, this is Michelle with Scrapbooking with Michelle Sizemore. I'm an independent advisor with Creative Memories, and today I'll show you how to use our border maker system to make these borders. And I use the Poinsettia cartridge. It's one of our new cartridges for Christmas 2022. And the papers that I used were from the Seasonal Sightings collection. And I also used some cranberry cardstock. All right, I'm gonna set this aside and show you how to get the red poinsettia borders punched out. Okay, I've got all my cardstock stored in this Power Project folder. We sell these and they're just great. I put a label up here. It comes with labels. All my bigger pieces are stored in here. And this expands out really wide. And then there are all these pockets for the smaller pieces, like little strips, little rectangles and squares, longer strips. And I'm just gonna grab a cranberry piece off the back here. Obviously I've already used this with another punch and I decided not to use that, so it's a scrap. Set this aside, and then I'm going to use this side to cut a border of poinsettias. First, you pop your cartridge in with the little metal pieces sticking out. It just pops in. This is your cartridge holder. So, one more time. This is your cartridge holder. It goes with the paper holder. And you pop this in with the metal pieces sticking out until it pops in place. And then this is raised. And then this is your paper holder or your cardstock holder. You open this tray. Go this way. There's a tray underneath. You want to pop it open until it pops in place. Lift your arm. Put your cardstock in. And it needs to measure up with all of the edges. These edges are raised on here. And then you put your magnetic arm down to lock it in place. And then you put your paper tray holder back in. It pops in place underneath. And as you can see, there are a lot of little grooves here, and there's a purpose for those. Okay, so to use this, you just put your cardstock in here. I always start at the bottom closest to me. And it pops in place like a puzzle would underneath. There's notches that fit into grooves. And then there's little notches here, a blue notch and a white notch. They match up when everything's in place. And then you just hold this with your left hand. I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna punch with my right hand, hold with my left, and then punch pretty firmly with the palm of your hand. Then you slightly lift up, not all the way, and you plop it back down in place where your notches fit up underneath, fit together, and then your little notches on top match up. Blue notch matches with white notch, and so on. And you go all the way down. And after you've done this a while, you can get pretty fast at it. So that's how you get your poinsettia border. And I'm just gonna cut it. It doesn't have to be exact for what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna measure it like at about a little bit bigger than an inch. And make sure I'm level all the way at the top. And make sure my little, the biggest little curves should meet up with this line, grid line right here. When I'm at that, to keep me straight. Yeah, there are. Okay, and then I'm gonna cut. And then I would do another one just like that, but I might cut the other one a little bit wider than an inch, maybe more like 1.25 inches. And I'll show you why in a sec. Okay, so I've cut several, so I'll pick the one I want to use here in a minute. I'm going to make this one first. Normally, I would just recreate it, but I don't have any of these embellishments left. I've sold them all, so I'm going to pull it apart and just show you how I put it together. This hasn't been mounted very long, so I think I can still pull it up. Over time, that repositionable tape runner really sticks down and it's harder to pull it up. Okay, so I want to put some repositionable tape runner on the back here. All over it. It comes out in little dots so it doesn't stick through and show. And all the excess comes off on what's behind it. So it's good to work on a piece of cardboard so you don't mess up a table. And then you mount this down. Now it's got some white pieces on it because it did tear just a little bit when I pulled it up because I did do this a couple weeks ago. So it you know, the repositionable tape settles in over time. And then I'm going to add my other piece. Now, I want about, I wrote it down, about, well, let's just look at it. I'm going to take this apart. Hope I don't tear it, but if I do, it's okay. I just did this to demonstrate for y'all. There we go, it's fine. So this is a laser cut border that comes in the Seasonal Sightings collection. It's already done for you. So I would want to mount this on top here. So basically, I just want my red pieces to be separated enough to where my poinsettias show past the border. And I think I need to move it down just a little bit, like about right here. And you just eyeball it really to figure out how big to make it, because some of these borders are skinnier than others. So I like it about like that. So I'm going to draw a little pencil line right there to help me remember exactly where I put it. But I'm going to put my tape runner on the back. Repositionable always when I craft. Just little dabs all the way down. Now I drew my pencil line just to remind me like where I need to put this. Okay, so now I have that. I got it off center just a tad, just a little smidge. I think smidge might be a word. I don't know for sure, but I hope y'all know what I mean. Okay, there we go. Press it down to make it stick. And then I would just put the repositionable tape runner on the back of my laser cut border. This is a beautiful pack of laser cut borders. I wish I could show you the whole thing, but I've used it. But you can look on my website to see them. My website link will be posted in the comments below this video on my YouTube channel. And here we go. That's how you do that. And then you just add your little embellishments as you wish. Put some tape runner on the back, repositionable tape runner. One little trick I learned, that it's always best to do odd numbers of your embellishments. It's just a design thing. So I put 3 embellishments on here. There we go. And that's so easy to make. Now I did this green one. Very similar way, except I reversed the colors. I punched white poinsettias, put a laser cut border of red poinsettias here, and then mounted it on a strip of green paper. So that's just 2 different looks using the same idea. And I also, we have this pretty fall collection called Golden Harvest. I cut some oranges and yellows with the poinsettia punch and used it with those pretty fall colors, and it almost made me think of mums. So it's not just for Christmas, like it can just look like a flower. But I love the Border Maker system, and I love the Seasonal Sightings collection. Hope y'all enjoyed that and learned a couple things. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Have a great one. Bye.